Happy Tuesday, everybody. Doreen from Dor Designs, and welcome to day 6 of the 12 days of Christmas. So far, we have done some wreaths, a swag, candlestick, just some different holiday designs for your house. And on today's tutorial, I'm going to be doing a centerpiece. We're going to be doing a snowman. I've done a couple of snowmen. Tomorrow, I'm going to be doing a gingy. And I believe I'm going to put this on a swag. I'm going to kind of put the stuff together tonight, but this is what I'm planning on doing. And then on Thursday, we're going to tackle the garland. So I'll probably keep it in the same reds and different festive colors, but I am going to try to get all of that videotaped on Thursday. And then Friday, I'm going to do more of an elegant kind of a design. That's going to be silver and golds and things like that. But on today's tutorial, let's jump right in. And I'm going to be doing a red and white using this snowman right here. And this snowman I got from Amy at Babam, I think 2 years ago when I was at her retreat. And he's just a cute thing. And we're going to do everything kind of in the red and white and kind of play off some of the candy cane. So the base I'm going to be using, and I talk about it all the time when I do centerpieces, is a plate charger. You can get these anywhere. Dollar General, Dollar Tree, Hobby Lobby, Walmart. I have them in about every color they make. I have big stacks of them because I use them all the time. They're easy to store. They're lightweight, so it doesn't really add a lot to your shipping if you're a designer and you're shipping stuff. And all I did is took some of my Gorilla Glue that I have melted in my electric skillet back here, put it on the bottom, and just pressed it down, and it's good to go. And as you can see, I've already used this and practice on different things because it's got some holes, but you're never going to see everything. So I'm going to start out and kind of talk just a little bit about how you can do different centerpieces. When I do a centerpiece, I kind of want to look at how long and how wide I want my piece to be. So if I'm designing it for my house, is where is this going to be and what kind of space do I have? And are you going to see it from all of the different directions, or is it just going to be from the front and sides? Because if you're not going to see much from the back, I'll fill in so the mechanics don't show, but I'm not going to use a lot of my product on the back side when no one's going to see it. So for this one, since it's a snowman, he's mainly just going to be facing forward, but I am going to fill in the back with some evergreen and stuff because I am going to list this in my shop and I don't know who's ever going to get it, where they will put it. So let's go ahead and jump right in, and I'm going to go ahead and do some of my greenery around the base. When I do my designs, I pretty much lay out all the greenery I think I'm going to use, and I put it in the piles so everything matches and like stays together. So I've got some of my flocked, I've got some of my long needle pine, I have some of the greenery that's got a little more of a whimsical in it. So I keep all my piles separated so I can kind of see in my mind how much I have of each product. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add these two pieces, and they're going to be my longest pieces that are going to go in the arrangement. Let me cut some of this. And all I'm going to do is dip it in my glue pot and stick it in the end. And my glue pot is just an electric skillet that I got at Walmart years ago. And I use Gorilla Glue, and I keep it set on about 325 to 340 or so. So I've just stuck that in the end and just kind of fluff this up a little bit because we're going to layer all of this. So now I'm going to do the other side same way. I got to grab my stem cutter real quick. And before I glue this in, I have a ton of questions people ask me about my stem cutter. This is a stem cutter I use. It's just called Easy Cutter. I got it at Deco Exchange. I don't know how many years ago. I think Damon and Parker still carry them. You can also sometimes get them on Amazon. You can get them at Wreath of Joy. You can just kind of go to Amazon and just put it in the search engine, and it might come up with different companies that sell them. It's a little more expensive for a piece of stuff to use in your shop, but for me it's well worth it because I can't cut half these stems. So I'm just fluffing this out a little bit. I'm going to do the exact same thing. Okay, so I have both my pieces in. So once I've got both ends in, this centerpiece is going to be about 35 inches. I'm going to stick this one in just a little bit. About 35, 36 inches in length. So it's going to be a nice piece to put in the center of like a dining room table, on a table behind your couch, sofa table. Okay, next I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put in some of this long needle pine, and I'm going to put it all the way around. I got these at Hobby Lobby. The tag says, I think $2, so I probably paid $1 for them. And I should have cut these tags off, and I forgot to do that before I started. These have a pretty long stem to them, so I'm going to cut those down because I don't need them that long. So I'm just going to kind of go around the perimeter of the design. And typically what I do is if I put a piece in on this side, I'm going to do the exact same thing on the other end. So I've got one in the front corner, so now I'm going to put one in this back corner. So I just go opposite of each piece. I'll try to hurry this little process up. I was going to have it halfway done, but then when I do, some people get upset when I don't do the whole thing, and others get upset when I don't have everything ready to go. So it's kind of a no-win. Now, if you didn't want to use this much greenery on your centerpiece for this, you could put mesh around to cover up your styrofoam if you wanted. That would give you a totally different look. To see how nice and full that's getting. Okay, I'm hoping I have one more piece. Let me check real quick. I did. Because I want to put one in front and I want to put one in back. Okay, I'm just going to kind of move these around a little bit. And there's what it looks like all the way around. What's nice about doing these also, you can use anything you want in the center. And once I fill in some greenery, before I add the snowman, I'm going to show you a few different things that we can pop in there real quick so you can kind of see. Okay, next I'm going to take, I want to add a little bit more flocking for my third layer. So I'm going to take this and just kind of cut it down a little bit and put some of the pieces around. So I'm just going to cut these off. And as I go up and the stems get harder and harder, I may have to use my stem cutter. The good thing is too, you can also just use different pieces that you may have left over of greenery. And this is a good one to use because it has lots of pieces that I can use. Okay. So I'm just going to start adding that around. So see how that's kind of giving it another another dimension of that snow on top of that dark, long pine. Oops. I think one stem of that flock is going to be enough for right now. I might add some at the end. Did I use them all? Yep. So there it looks with that second piece there. Okay, next I'm going to take another piece of greenery, and this has got the peppermints and the red in there. I got these from Sims Pottery, which is a wholesaler. And I'm going to stick those. Actually, I'm going to cut these in half. And I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm just going to kind of go around and add some in. My little candy cane peppermints popped off, so I had to pop those back in. Okay, so I added one at this corner, and now I'm going to add one at this corner. I'm going to use one more stem for a piece in the front and a piece on the back. Okay, see how nice and easy that was? How nice and full it is. Just went all the way around. So I'm going to put my snowman. He's going to look adorable in there. But before I add him in, I just want to show you not everybody wants to do snowmen like I do, but real quick, you could add in some big ornaments if you wanted to, with some smaller pieces of greenery coming around. These light up. We are going to do an arrangement with these. I got these at Hobby Lobby. You can also do rustic. This guy came from Walmart last year, and I think they do have him again this year. I did 2 or 3 centerpieces last year with him, but you could do like pine cones and different things, but do the exact same recipe around your base. So I'm going to go ahead and get our little guy attached here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some skewers. I'm going to take a little hot glue, and we're going to, whoops, whoa. I dropped him. We're going to take him, the skewers, and hopefully they'll just go right up the middle here. And I'm probably going to do about 2 or 3 of those. And then we're going to cut those down. Put a little hot glue and secure him in there. And he is nice and secure inside there. So we'll let him sit there just for a minute so he can kind of get dry. And I'll clean up some of this mess real quick. Okay, now we're just going to kind of add some fun stuff. You can make this as full as you want. So I'm just going to show you different ideas of what you can do and how this little guy is going to end up. I've got some candy that's red and white that I got at Hobby Lobby. We've got some ornaments that are the red and white. So all I'm doing right now is just kind of placing different things to see where I want them to go. The other thing is I have these fun poinsettias that are the red and white, kind of a velvet, which I really, really want to add in here. Look how cute that looks with that big poinsettia right there. So we'll probably use one right there. And then maybe some more candy up on this side. So typically this is what I do. I just go around and I just kind of place things to see where I may or may not want them. I know this is going to be too long. So I'm going to turn him around just real quick so I can kind of get a better look of him. And I'm thinking I'm going to put a poinsettia on the front and on the back side to kind of even it out. And then I've got some iced. Yep, that's what we're going to do. I may not even do a bow on this one. Since I've got these big poinsettias, we might just go with those. So let's kind of fluff those out. There's our first poinsettia in. Let's go ahead and put our second one in. So cute. And what's nice is that you can still see a little bit of the poinsettia that's on the back side on the front. And then we're going to add some of our candy. The turntable, you guys have asked about that. My husband actually made that. He got one of those round discs at Home Depot, no, I think Lowe's or Home Depot, one of them. And added the turntable part on the bottom for me. I'm just trying to place where I want my candies. I'm taking this ribbon off because it just unravels. And here's what it looks like with some of our candy coming into it. I'm going to add just some white pieces that have a little bit of like an ice look to it. So this is where your fun and creativity comes in. Is you can just start adding all the different components that you like. just getting nice and full. And then I'm going to add some ornaments. And I'm putting the ornaments down kind of close to the snowman because it covers up some of my styrofoam. I'm going to add some more white, and I'm going to add the white to the length of the arrangement. I want it to have a nice wintry look to it, almost like the snowman's outside. Want to go on top. I should have put this white in before I added some of the other components. I'm going to hold it up so you can see it. So I added that white on top. And I'm just going to kind of fan that out and spread that out a little bit. And I'm going to bend some of them coming up because I don't want everything laying down flat. I like a lot of movements to my designing. These stems came from At Home. Okay, I'm going to hold it back. So there's the white. Okay, so when I look at it up close, I can see my styrofoam in different spots where my snowman is sitting. So I'm going to take, excuse me, a little bit, whoops, I took it off, of a little bit of a light flocked greenery and kind of fill that in. And if you have some leftover greenery, you could use that. So I'm just going to go around and start filling it in. Okay, see how cute that looks with that greenery that I'm using as a filler going through everything? And this just goes really fast. we are just about done. So here's what it looks like all the way around. So see the back side, the components are filled in. It's not as full as the front, but it doesn't need to be. Since I'm pretty sure where whoever buys this is probably not going to see it from the back side. I cut the longest piece of this white off. It was too long. I'm just going to stick it back here. And I think I'm going to do the same thing on this end. And like I say, after you get your piece done, let it sit for a while, then come back and look at it, because I guarantee you, you'll make a change to it. Okay, everybody, this is our cute little snowman centerpiece. And just to recap real quick, I used a plate charger from Dollar Tree or Hobby Lobby, wherever. Piece of styrofoam, hot glued it on. Just started filling in my greenery. So for every piece I put on my right side, I put one on the left, exact same spot, and I just filled in all the way around. We did 3 layers of greenery. You could use less, you could use more. And then we put our snowman as our centerpiece. Like I said, you could use whatever you wanted. And then I just accented him with the 2 poinsettias, with some of the lollipops going around it, with some white ice things, and then some ornaments. And then I might have one more thing. Let me see real quick. I have these candies that I might stick in his hand up here by his candy cane also. I'm not sure yet. I'm not going to glue that in yet. I'm going to think about that. Or I've got some smaller candy that I may stick in, or I might put a few pieces up around his hat. So guys, this was day 6. I hope you enjoyed it. I will be back tomorrow for the Gingy design. Have a great evening, the rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.